What's up, guys? It's Miles here with Sacendo Sports. In this video, I'm going to be covering the top 5 teams for Carmelo Anthony this summer. Now, of course, people in the comments are going to be saying, "Are you kidding me? He doesn't need to be on a team." And those people are called idiots. If Monte Ellis and Amari Stoudemire are getting workouts in Las Vegas, no offense to them, they were both great players at one time, then Carmelo Anthony definitely deserves a workout. So this season, he averaged 13.4 points, 5.4 rebounds, and a half an assist on only 10 games. Had a really good game in the Barclays Center against the Nets, scored 28. So I'm just going to jump into the top 5 teams that will fit him. Now, of course, number 1 is going to be the Lakers. There was already a lot of speculation that they were going to link up during the season at the end, but the Lakers ended up falling out of the playoff race. Now, this fits because he has such a good relationship with LeBron James, of course. They're close friends. And also, if Kawhi Leonard chooses to go there, they're not going to have any cap to sign anybody besides rookies and veteran minimum deals. So Carmelo Anthony would easily be able to slip in there, and they won't have to make any type of trade or contract restructures with LeBron. So this is a fit. If Kawhi and AD and LeBron are healthy, it doesn't really matter who's on that bench. They're going to win championship anyway. And Melo can still give you a good 15 off the bench. So I think this is his best option and most likely option. Now, moving on to number 2, I have the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, this is another team, if you pay attention to Carmelo Anthony, that he's been linked to over the past 2 to 3 years, ever since he requested a trade from the Knicks. Now, Portland wasn't a good fit in the middle of the season because they had so much depth, but right now they're getting kind of low. They've lost Seth Curry, Enes Kanter, Mo Harkless, and they just did a sign and trade for Jake Layman. So they're starting to get really weak on what was a pretty strong bench that helped propel them to the Western Conference Finals. So they're definitely going to have to restock if they plan to contend this year, and they're definitely going to plan to contend. They did acquire Hassan Whiteside from the Miami Heat and part of that 4-deal trade for Jimmy Butler to Miami. So he will be there to replace Nurkic while he's recovering from his injury. And Melo to this team could definitely help them be in title contention because they need more scoring wings. Now, the third team I think you should go to is none other than the Golden State Warriors. Now, due to Klay Thompson's injury, this team is really a wild card this year, and they lost Kevin Durant and had to trade away Andre Iguodala, but ended up landing D'Angelo Russell, who I don't know if they plan to keep him long term or if they're going to trade him any day now or end the season for a ton of assets. They can do either or, and it's a win-win for them. So by the time March comes, either you're going to have a healthy Klay, healthy Steph, healthy Draymond with Russell, or you're going to have the healthy core 3 with another few role players, whatever you get for them. And remember, this core won 73 games with a good bench. They already re-signed Kevon Looney and have signed Willie Cauley-Stein, so they're going to be set no matter what. I think this team is being heavily overlooked right now. Just remember, when this core 3 had a good bench, they ended up going 73-9, setting the win-loss record for the regular season. So if Melo added that supporting cast, they could definitely make a run. My 4th team is the Philadelphia 76ers. So they're also in a tricky spot right now because they lost Jimmy Butler and they also lost J.J. Redick. But they ended up re-signing Tobias Harris for 5 years and then bringing in Al Horford and Josh Richardson. So they lost a lot, but then they also gained a lot. So from the side of Al Horford, he's going to give them a good veteran presence in the locker room. And it's kind of a double win for them because not only do you get Al Horford, but you also take him away from the Boston Celtics. And with Josh Richardson, the Heat aren't in title contention, but just getting him is a big win for them. He can give you a lot of scoring. He's a young, athletic player, and they can build around him for the future. So with him, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, and Al Horford, they're already contending. Now, the final team I have is kind of a wild card, is the Denver Nuggets. Now, if you watch the NBA, the Denver Nuggets are loaded top to bottom. Like, they can really go almost 12 deep on teams, definitely with Michael Porter Jr. coming back and Bol on the team now. So Melo won't have a major role with this team. He will definitely be coming off the bench, and he won't play as many minutes as any other. Probably he'll play the least amount of minutes on this team as maybe any other team in the league. But if he only thinks he has 1 or 2 years left, maybe he does want to return to the Denver Nuggets because he can't go back to New York because they are just so bad that he would never get any credit. And they would just pretty much probably scapegoat him again. So I'm going to the Denver Nuggets to give him a chance to maybe play 12 to 15 minutes a night. but really contend for a title on a loaded team in the Western Conference. So that's why I'm putting them there at 5th. If he never played for Denver, I definitely wouldn't put him there just because he doesn't have a good enough role on that team that I think he'd be interested in. But all the other teams are definitely fits for him and the role he wants. If he goes to the Lakers, he's going to get a good amount of play time on what's going to be a weak bench. If he goes to the Trailblazers, he's definitely going to get a lot of play time, may even start. Going to the Golden State Warriors, again, without Iguodala there, it's such a young team, he may even start there. Going on to Philadelphia, he wouldn't start there, but would still get a massive role on the bench because they've already lost a few bench players. And then again, Denver wouldn't have that big of a role, but would definitely be contending for a title on such a loaded team. It could definitely be a mentor to the younger players, Michael Porter Jr., Gary Harris, Jamal Murray. They just have a lot of young talent on that team, and they could definitely use a 10-time All-Star to help give them some advice. So these are my predictions for Carmelo Anthony this summer. He is my favorite player, so of course I want him to land somewhere. So let me know what you think in the comments, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.